secret to this car's efficiency are its aerodynamics. It has something called a coefficient of drag, which is 0.24, which is really, really low, which I think is really clever because it doesn't look like a particularly aerodynamic car. But it's got these active flaps down here that open and close quite cleverly, and a really sort of very flat underbelly, which is something I wish I had. But it is really clever. It's quite busy, isn't it? And you've got this fantastic grille here that is illuminated. It's not really a grille, it's just a plastic cover, but the whole thing lights up at night beautifully. You've got these fantastic blades here, which are LED driving lights. This two-tone finish is something that the original DS back in the 60s had. Extra £1,000 to you for the duotone paint. But that whole sort of busyness and slashes of lines continues all the way down the side and round the back too. Nice flush door handles contribute to that aerodynamic figure. The rear door handles are hidden back there. You've got more of these sort of vertical LED lights with loads of lines. Loads of lines. There's an awful lot going on back here. Clever spoiler. Look, no rear wiper. Fed up with cars with no rear wiper, but you wouldn't get a drag coefficient of 0.24 with a rear wiper, I guess. The other thing at the back here, just have a look here. It says DS Automobiles, number 8, all-wheel drive. DS Automobile. I mean, it is a car. There's too many letters and numbers on the back here, but that's why we're here. Have a look in the boot, which is long and thin, but yeah, it's not bad in the boot, but not huge. But is that going to put you off? Probably not. Yeah, it's just, there's an awful lot going on, but beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I'm not keen on the looks. It's that difference again. The theme continues. This car is very different. It's very brown in here, but it is quite posh. And of course you can have black and blue and lighter colours as well. This is a posh car. And by and large, it feels it. But there's just so much going on with the design, from this starburst effect that's on the centre console here, where you've also got the traditional Stellantis gear selector going on. These panels, aluminium light blades they're called, on the door, which not only you use to close the door and give it a tug, but also the speakers are hidden behind there. More on that later, and there's some fancy lighting. But there's loads of lines and different surfaces, and I guess that's the French flair, the French difference, but I'm just not sure it's right in a car with so much going on. You do get a decent 16-inch touchscreen, which is pretty much the same as you get in other Stellantis models. It's the same as in the Vauxhall Grandland I've got at home, and it works okay. You don't get Apple CarPlay full width, and I'm not going to say it, but it's got voice control with ChatGPT, so you can ask it anything. And bizarrely for DS, there must be a reason why it's called Iris. I had to say it like that because if you say, "Hey Iris," it thinks, "Oh no, I've said it, it's going to be listening." Have I got away with it? I think I've got away with it. The tech is good. I've got a head-up display and lots of driver assistance. Those fancy headlights you see at the front with the 8 little diamonds on, they're pixel LEDs, but you know, if you go full beam, sometimes you get blinded by the reflection on the road signs. It will dull that out as well, which is quite clever. So there is some nice tech in here, but from a design point of view, you know, the seats are nicely quilted and designed and styled. The quality feels good. There's some plasticky bits of the gold just sounds a bit cheap when you touch it, and the glove compartment feels a bit cheap. It's not very Audi or BMW, but by and large it's okay quality wise. I've got no real complaints. It's just the design, there's so much going on. What I do like is the fact that you've got heated and ventilated seats in the front and the back, and a massage, and even an air scarf. It's not a convertible. This car has a panoramic sunroof, and it's an option, probably the best part of £1,000. But generally, it's a nice interior. There's decent space in the back. The boot's okay, not massive. Let's talk about some specs. The most important, of course, is the price, and it's not bad actually. It's slightly cheaper than I thought this was going to be. So it starts at £50,790, goes up to £63,290. Now there are various versions, obviously, 2 battery sizes. One is a 74 kilowatt hour battery, and that will go 326 miles, maximum claimed range. Or there's the ginormous 97 kilowatt hour battery, which gives this car its USP. Now, DS claims that this car will go 466 miles the maximum claimed range. Now, we all know that's going to be different, particularly if you're on the motorway, but it says it will do 300 miles on a motorway run, which is seriously impressive. Charging speeds aren't anything to really write home about. 160 kilowatts you can get much faster. There's no 800 volt technology in this car. So 20 to 80%, 27 minutes, trust me, it's okay. It's nothing particularly good to write home about. One thing I do really like about this car is the way it drives. The ride is actually really nicely judged. You can feel the road surface, but it just feels really comfortable. And in this car, if I play with one of 5 different driving modes and put it into comfort mode, cleverly this car reads the road ahead and it adjusts the dampers. It's called comfort active suspension or something like that. But generally, anyway, the car does ride quite nicely. Now, you can go for the big battery with front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. They're called long range, or the standard battery, which I said 326 miles. The all-wheel drive car is quite quick, just over 5 seconds, 0 to 60. Why you'd want to do that in a crossover SUV type car, I don't know, but electric cars are quick. People tend to like that. But you know, the steering feels meaty enough. It does grip quite nicely through the corners, and driving around these beautiful Swiss and French country lanes. I'm in the middle of the town at the moment, stuck at a traffic light. You know, I've really quite enjoyed it, but comfort to the fore. It's quiet as well, double glazing, lots of effort being put into the quietness of the car. It's really quite posh, quite relaxed, and yeah, quite refined. And a good place, potentially, to play with this focal audio system. Now, I'm going to be honest here, I've never really been impressed by focal audio systems. They tend to be in French cars, and I'm not particularly impressed with the one in here. It's got 3D technology up here, 14 speakers, so speakers up there, down there, subwoofer in the boot, and speakers behind these aluminium light blades, you know, where you open and shut, or shut the door, you pull it. But I can just tell instantly that you haven't got enough holes in this piece of aluminium for the sound to get through. Just seems a bit bonkers. And there are 2 trim levels, very French, Palace and Étoile. Nicely equipped, most of them, bigger wheels and things like that on the Étoile. This lovely sunroof though, that's an optional extra. There's another model as well, the S, for the 2026 season is offering a Jules Verne version. Again, very French. As is the number. I haven't really addressed that, have I? DS number 8. DS obviously wants to think it's a perfume company, you know, like Chanel number 5. DS number 8. So the DS4 will be renamed DS number 4. Yeah, that's what I thought.
So the DS number 8, how do I sum it up? Well, it's certainly different, and difference needs to be applauded, doesn't it? This car is priced okay, drives really nicely, really comfortable, really quiet, lots of really good features. The tech is good. The design, I'm going to leave that to you. Personally, I think it's a bit fussy. The inside as well, just way over the top for my liking, but that's French design, that's French flair, that's French difference for you. This could well be the car that puts DS on the map in the UK. You've just got to decide whether you like the look or not, or whether it's just a bit of a slap in the face.